Hello. Welcome back to Chats and Chapters. I am Caitlin Howarth. I am a book editor. I am writing my first book, and today we are going to do a write with me for a week, outline with me for a week. Basically, I'm going to work on my zero draft every day for a week. So I said in a previous video that I'm just not a write every day kind of writer. This, that, da. And, that was unfair of me to say because I'd never given it a shot. But I have been thinking the last couple of weeks, since it had been about a month since I touched my zero draft, that I'm going to have to work on it consistently to make this happen because I want my book. I want to write my book. I want it to be out there, and I'm going to have to find the time in my busy schedule to work on this book. So I figured I would take you along with me for a week of working on my zero draft. And the biggest kick in the pants, I guess, was I interviewed the author Jennifer Herrera, and her interview went up last week. So I highly suggest going back and listening to that if you missed it. It is one of my favorite author interviews so far because she's just such a joy to talk to. She was so fun to talk to. It was a great time. She has so much knowledge, and it's such a good episode. So in that interview, she said that she would, as she was writing this book, Siren Says, she would work on her book every morning, and that would give her the energy, fill her cup to do her day job as a literary agent, to take care of her kids, to be a wife, to do laundry, to do dishes, all of the things. And it's not the first time I've heard that, obviously, but for whatever reason, I was just like, that makes sense. Like, maybe I'll try it. Full transparency, today is Wednesday, and I had this idea last week. And so I did work on my book on Monday. I did work on it yesterday. And initially I thought I'll work on it every morning. That's what I will do. I will take that inspiration and I will work on it in the morning. However, that really just doesn't always work with my anxiety because I am a book editor. I have projects, and sometimes in the morning is the best time to work on my projects. And so I have switched it already within 2 days to I'm just going to work on it every day for 30 minutes to an hour. 30 to 60 minutes is my goal for working on it this week. And I did get a teeny bit of a head start on Sunday because it had been a little over a month since I had actually opened the zero draft files. I have started reading the book, How to Write Stunning Sentences. I will put a link to it below in the description. I first got the writing journal for it, and then I realized that there was a first one, and I was like, oh, I need that one. And so I've started reading it, and I already rewrote my opening line. And so I did that Sunday. I did do a little bit of tinkering ideas. I just added them to my notes app while I was laying in bed. But on Monday, what I really did was Monday, I read over my entire zero draft to just get myself re-familiar with my story, with my crazy ideas, because, I haven't even started writing. It already has a mind of its own. Like, I'm shooketh of what my brain is doing. It's a little darker than I had planned. So yeah, I reread my entire zero draft, and then I went and plotted a little bit more of the dark romance that is within the book. So on Monday, I added 471 words. Within this, like writing every day for a week, working on my zero draft outline, all of that, I don't have a specific word goal. I really just want to feel like I'm continually chipping away, making progress, brainstorming, adding just a little more here and there, because I guess we'll go over my big goals of why I want to do this. I would really like to have this book outlined by the end of the year. And I know to some people that is crazy because some people outline a book within a week or whatever, but there are 3 books within this book. So the first book is a dark romance, and then I'm thinking fantasy is going to be the middle book, and then we're going to end with a dark academia book. And so I'm essentially plotting out, planning world building, making characters for 4 books because our female main character is interacting with these books, the 3 books within the book throughout the book. So I'm having to plot the books within the books out as I plot out the main character's journey that she's going on. I know how that starts, I know where it ends, but it is really filling it in and how the books within the books are going to influence and help and change things and help her learn and all of that stuff. So I am giving myself, I really want to have it outlined by the end of the year. And I think if I continue to slowly chip away at it just a little bit day by day, maybe not every single day, but day by day, I will be able to accomplish that. Yesterday, I took the baby to the vet. She had a virus. She had a fever. She had a really cloudy eye. So I didn't write anything in the morning. I basically cried on and off all day yesterday because it was very, very clear that she didn't feel good. So I called the vet in the morning. Luckily, we got her an appointment in the afternoon. And yesterday was one of the days where I'm really glad I worked on a copy edit that I have yesterday in the morning because I got nothing else done yesterday. I did work on my book, but like work-wise, I didn't get anything else done. So yesterday, what I did after I took the baby to the vet and like got her on meds, she was down for a nap. I outlined 4 more chapters yesterday afternoon, and I ended up fleshing out more of the dark romance because, like I said, the dark romance is first. So I have the main story plotted from the beginning, and I'm working my way that direction. And then I also have the last couple of chapters, I think the last 5 or 6 chapters outlined. And so I'm toggling back and forth between them just as things come up. And so I had the female main character in a situation where she was supposed to be interacting with the dark romance, but I didn't know what was happening in the dark romance. So I needed to figure that out so that I could then work it out. So I did get more of the dark romance kind of planned, and I added 318 words yesterday. That is what I did Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So I'm doing pretty good on my goal of working on it every day. And today is Wednesday. I have a writing call this evening with one of my authors. And so I'm going to catch up with her, and then I will work on it this evening, hopefully for at least 30 minutes, because I really, really like the direction that it's going. It's a little unhinged. But it's a dark romance, so it's supposed to be. And it's just so fun the way that I have started to really tie in elements from the stories and from the female main character. So yeah, I'm so excited. And I'm really struggling. It's wild. I'm really excited to see how this goes, and I really want to have this outlined by the end of the year. It is August, so that gives me the rest of August, September, October, November, December. That gives me 5 months. And it's nice because I already have the ending kind of planned out, and I have been doing a lot of toggling and whatnot. But yeah, so I will check in with you probably tomorrow and let you know what I accomplished. And maybe later in the video, I will give you a little more information on my main characters, the female main character and the male main character in the main story. I think I decided on the main male character's name in the dark romance. I already had the female main character's name, but I think I have both of their names now. So I want to share a little bit more about the female main character and the male main character from the main story, and then book 1, book 2, and book 3, and share a little bit more about some of the other characters and what I have planned and my thoughts and like where I got all of the ideas, because I'm having so much fucking fun adding all of these teeny little details in. So yeah, I will check in with you probably tomorrow with an update on everything that I get done tonight, and we'll see how it goes. Good morning. Hello. Well, I already failed this little challenge that I set out for myself. So that's fun and exciting. My author texted me yesterday afternoon, like literally within the hour after I filmed the past clip, and said that she needed to cancel because flights and all of this good stuff. She was on vacation and she was tired. She was going to bed early. And I was like, totally fair. Get it. And probably for the best because I'm behind in work, quotation marks behind. And so I was like, that's fine. And I planned to still work on the book for 30 minutes before I went to bed. And it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. So I was really good Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And I missed Wednesday, but that's okay because I've made more progress in 3 days than I was making the past month. And it's just, I used to be a health coach and I used to always tell clients that it's not like that you miss one day at the gym. Like that is not going to ruin all of your progress. It's not going to ruin everything. It's when you let the one day turn into 2 days and a week, and then you let the week turn into a month, and then it just all goes to poo-poo. So I missed a day, and that's fine. I had fires to put out yesterday and things to do, and I got caught up on everything because, like I said, I was behind after taking the baby to the vet on Tuesday. So got caught up. This morning, I am going to work on my copy edit again, and then I'm going to go to the gym, and then I'm going to go to the pool. And at the pool, I am planning on working on the book for 30 minutes to an hour. The book is getting worked on today. So really exciting news is I applied to be a vendor at the Dallas-Fort Worth Writers Conference back in March-ish. It was before I went to New York in April, so it had to have been March. They said that they would get back to me by the middle of August. And this conference is at the beginning of October. And I was like, that's not a very long time for me to get my things together. But I actually got the email at the beginning of last week. So I have been in full-blown design mode because I'm putting stuff in the goodie bags. And so I need things to go in the goodie bags and stuff to have at the table. And I'm doing a giveaway for a tote bag and a notebook and stuff that I'm designing. So I've been in project mode and I've very much been in design mode of trying to get everything together for this conference because I need everything for the goodie bags in advance so that I can get everything together and then mail it to them because Dallas is like 5-ish hours away from me. So yeah, that was one thing that I was working on. I ended up ordering my bookmarks / business cards and the stickers for the goodie bags last night. I feel really good about that. I'm just waiting on the proofs to come back so that I can approve them and they can print them and then I can get them and assemble them and do all of the things. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I was putting out fires yesterday. I was working on projects. I worked for a solid like 12, 13 hours yesterday. None of it was on my book. So anyways, I'm going to get to work again on this copy edit, and then I'll probably see you at the pool. I will see you at the pool and I will get some work done because I have directions on where we're going. I just need to get it on the paper. So I'll see you at the pool. Hello, I am back from the pool. As you can probably tell, ignore my recycling. I worked a little bit on the book. I didn't write much. It was mainly a brainstorming session trying to block out screaming kids at the pool. I really thought today's the first day of school. So I really thought there wouldn't be a whole lot of people, but there was like 10 kids. And I'm like, what are y'all doing here? So it wasn't as productive as I wanted it to be. And I'm really struggling because I had this brilliant idea to have 3 books within the book. I'm really struggling on how all of this is going to connect and tying the books to the main story and just really figuring out a way that I have a vibe. I know what I want in the big scheme of things, but it's really hard on like a granular chapter scene level to get everything to mesh. I don't know. So it was very much just brainstorming and staring off into space. And I did read a little bit of how to write stunning sentences while I was laying out tan in my cheeks. This is such a fascinating book and way to study sentences and words and how we put words together to form sentences and why some sentences have more impact than another. It's so cool. The clip that I showed, that entire paragraph on that left-hand page is one sentence. And it's just crazy. And then every chapter, every section has a writing prompt. And so she walks you through how to write a sentence like that. And then it goes into short sentences, and then it goes into a different kind of sentence. So it's fascinating. It's a really, really cool study on writing sentences and just picking them apart and seeing why they work and why they have the vibe that they do. I don't know. I'm such a nerd. I'm such a nerd. It's fascinating. So I did some reading while I was laying out. It was 98 degrees today in Texas, so it was roasty toasty. I did outline. I think I got a little bit added to like 2 chapters, and that's about it. Like I said, it was a lot of staring off into space because I'm really just like, how the heck am I going to connect all of these? And I can't decide if I should outline the main story, all of the main story, and then not worry about the stories within the story. But then I feel like that will end up requiring a lot of rewriting. I don't know. So I've been kind of piecing them together as I go. I know the main gist of all of them, except for the fantasy. I'm still deciding. But I know the main story for the female main character. I need to probably sit with it in quiet and not at a pool with a bunch of screaming kids. And that way I'll be able to actually concentrate. So a win for 30 minutes of brainstorming and doing a little more stunning sentences reading, but a loss for making solid progress today. I definitely did not do that, but I might write a little more today. I might not. I can't decide. I am planning on going back to the pool tomorrow, so I will definitely touch base tomorrow. And maybe I won't write tomorrow at the pool. Maybe I'll write in the morning or in the afternoon after the pool. We'll see. Obviously, I still have to do project work, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I will check in with you tomorrow. Hello. We are going to wrap up this absolute disaster of a vlog. And I think this attempt to write every day has taught me that I don't think I can write every day. I think about my book every day. I, come up with an idea. I look at a picture. At some point, at least once a day, I think about my book. But I don't think I will be able to write every single day. I don't think my anxiety will allow it. So I feel like I learned things. I won't say this vlog was a complete waste because, like I said, I did make more progress in this week than I did the last month. So I will say that is a huge win. And I can still chip away at it slowly, continuously, without doing it every single day. But yeah, I don't think I'm a write every day kind of gal. And I love how this took a turn. I was like, I'm so excited. I know the direction. And then I got past that little snippet of direction. I was like, ooh, I don't know where I'm going. And here we are. What we're going to do to wrap this vlog up is we're going to go over, you probably can't see these details, but we're going to go over the the book and then the books within the book. Okay. I figured visual would be useful. So I didn't write any yesterday, but I did take my corkboard down and I put these up because I am very much a paper marker pen gal. So maybe doing it this way and like adding sticky notes and connecting the dots and stuff this way will be more helpful than just working on a Microsoft document. I don't know. I'm going to try things. And we're going to see what works. So I thought this would be useful. This is a spatula, obviously. We'd never use this. I don't like the proportions. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Main story. This pink sticky note says main story. We have our female main character. Her name is Gwendolyn. And I love it. I freaking love it. It's the first name I came up with. And funny story, my husband calls me Gwendolyn because I get ready to go to bed at like 7 p.m. So it's like my grandma name. It's like my alter ego. And so I thought it was grand if I named my main character Gwendolyn. And the more I've plotted and planned, by golly, it fits great. And then we have Fletcher. Fletcher is the love interest. He is the male main character within the main story. I don't know where I came up with it. It just popped in my head and I was like, ooh, I kind of like it. He is a mechanic. He works on cars. And that will come in handy one day when Gwendolyn needs assistance, all right? Next character that I have on the board is Gail. We have Gail, which is Gwendolyn's mom. And the reason Gail came about is because my mom's middle name was Gay. So it was Carla Gay, and her middle name, Gay, is in Gail. So Gayle. You know, I have to include my mom in my book because she's not here to read it. So we're going to keep her middle name alive as the female main character's mom's name. So, and it also works out perfectly. Before I had the mom named, I had Gwendolyn named, and it just worked out beautifully that I went with Gail because I'm named Caitlin with a C. My mom was Carla with a C, and my brother is Chris. And so my mom obviously kept all of the C's. And so I'm keeping the G's for her middle name. And I just love it. It's one of those like little things that I'm just like, I'm so excited to have this in the book forever in print. And she's going to do, you know, some things like quirky things that my mom did. At one point, Gwendolyn is going to go to a Halloween party and she's going to bring Jell-O shots, and her mom calls them cookies because my mom called Jell-O shots cookies. I don't know why. It was just one of those like weird things that she did. So like anytime she was like, I'm going to make some cookies, like I knew she was making Jell-O shots. Like I had a cool mom, like the definition of a cool mom. And so, yeah, she's going to take cookies, Jell-O shots to this Halloween party. And it just reminds me of like my senior prom where I was definitely not old enough to drink, but I took Jell-O shots that my mom made me to senior prom. So we're just like, I'm just adding little snippets and I love it. Okay. I love it. Anyways, I'm kind of nervous to like share this much about the book and like personal stories. Okay, we're fine. Anyways, here is the dark romance. We got the dark romance. This is the first book within the book. Dark R. So we have the female main character. She is Prey. All right. And then we have the male main character, and he's a stalker. He's a stalker for sure. He might be a killer. I wrote in, that's one of like the things that I was like, it's gotten darker, because he might be a killer. I haven't decided yet. I think it just, he didn't kill anyone that like we care about. The character was literally there as, you know, a pushing off point for the male main character. So yeah, he might be a killer. I might go a little darker. Stalker for sure. He's been a stalker since day one. I just added the possible killer angle this week, so we'll see if it sticks. All right, then we have fantasy. We have fantasy over here. This is the one I don't know about. I don't know, but I refuse to not have 3 books in the book because my OCD is a 3. And I know that having 2 books within the book would be 3 books total, but for some, I'm stuck on the 3 books in the book. I don't know. So we have fantasy, and I thought of Pirates of the Caribbean, and then, you have Calypso, and I was like, ooh, I could do mermaids, Calypso, and then I put WTF because I don't know what I'm doing with this. It will really depend on how the main female main character, her journey unfolds of like what I need to tie in to this middle book. We are really I'm sweating. I'm nervous. I can't believe I'm putting this online. Okay. Then finally, we have the Dark Academia. And this one, all right. This is a group of serial killers studying students. Okay. So we have a group of students and they're studying serial killers. And this is where shit hits the fucking fan. These are my notes for this book. These are all I'm telling you. I have way more in my document, but these are all the notes I'm giving you. This is the climax. This is where things happen, things unfold, we learn things, we think things, shit hits the fan. So I am really excited about this one because I know I've mentioned this before, but I went to school for criminal justice. So I have my bachelor's degree in criminology, and I have a minor in criminal justice and a minor in psychology. So this is like going back to my roots because I always saw myself going into law enforcement of some sort. And I'm like going back to my roots. I have to go back and research and decide what main piece of study are they actually going to study and how is that going to play out and like all of that stuff. This makes me very excited. The dark romance and the dark academia make me very excited. The fantasy will make me excited, I think, when I know what is happening. So yeah, that's that. So we have the main story. These are the characters. And then we have the dark romance. Like I said, the dark academia is like a group. There's going to be one main character within the group that always does the things. Okay. If you've read If We Were Villains or The Secret History, kind of think along those lines. What was the other one? It was atrocious. It was, The Maidens. The Maidens was absolute garbage. I didn't like any of the characters. I remember finishing that book and I was so angry because the twist didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. And I saw a Goodreads review that was like, that twist came so far out of left field that even the author didn't see it coming. And that's the most accurate description of that book. So think The Secret History, If We Were Villains. They're very similar, close together. I love The Secret History. Absolutely love The Secret History. So think that. Don't think The Maidens or anything trashy. Okay? So yeah, we have main story, dark romance, fantasy, dark academia. That is what I'm working with here. So I really like these sticky notes. This is probably the last time you're going to see it because I will probably add more stuff to it. This guy, it's spooky season. So he's been here. He was on my corkboard. I couldn't put him anywhere else because I don't want to get glitter everywhere. So he's chilling. He's my friend. He's my writing buddy. So yeah, I highly doubt anyone makes it this far in this vlog, but if you did and you're writing, please let me know in the comments below your writing process. How do you stay consistent? What is your idea about that consistent word? Let me know all of the things below. I would love to hear your writing process, what works for you. Maybe I can take bits and pieces. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this far. If you did, please like and subscribe if you want to see more writing vlogs that are a complete disaster. My bad. And I will see you next week.